Welcome to Reckless Paradise, everyone. I am your host, Marissa, and I'm here with my co-host, Dystro. Say hi.
Hello, everyone.
Dystro has a new mic, finally. We now have the
Yes.
same exact headset. Anyways, happy Thursday, everybody. I hope everybody is having a good week so far. We're only 5 days into October already, and we just had like 3 days worth of 80-degree weather for no reason.
Hmm, you know how I feel then.
Yeah, okay there, Mr. Florida. Like up here in New York, usually it's like only in the 50s, maybe 60s in October. So this was kind of shocking, to be honest. I was not expecting the 80-degree weather at all, but hey, listen, we'll take it. We'll take any last bit of summer that we can get because the whole summer here was all rain.
Hmm.
Ah, anyways, again, I hope everybody is doing well. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Of course, we're continuing the Recktober theme here. Um, for most of you, also known as Spoopy Season. Uh, Spoopy Season. So we are here to talk about some Halloween themed movies that a lot of people may or may not know. Um, Daisho here did the honors and ended up making a little bit of a list that we could talk about, but I have a few that I'm going to add on as well, as they come into my head, of course. So, Halloween movies, man, this is the time for Halloween movies. Like, if you're looking for something to watch for Halloween, any of these movies on this list are definitely worth checking out. Now, as Daisha knows, I'm not a huge movie person. I'm more of a music person, obviously, but Daisha here is more of the movie enthusiast over here.
Yes, yes, it is. My brain is filled with movie knowledge.
Oh yes, you're like the freaking Harry Potter of movies.
Harry Potter of movies.
I don't know.
I mean, is it because I just wear glasses? I mean, come on.
No, it's because you're tall and you're tall. I don't know.
It's just because you're tall and, well, you're tall and, well, because you're tall.
Anyways,
Off to a good
off to
start.
a good start here. So I guess I'm gonna go first here. This one's not on the list, but this is a movie that we actually watched together last year. In my Discord server for Halloween, we did the Medea Boo. I think it's Boo Medea
Hmm.
Halloween one. We watched
Hmm.
the first one. I haven't watched the second one yet, but we watched the first one last year, and man, we were fucking laughing our asses off.
Yeah, I was shocked to not even hear my parents like being like, "Give it down in
Shut the
there!
fuck up in there.
Shut the fuck up in there!" Um,
So this fucking movie, man, like
Lord Jesus, Lord Jesus,
help me, Jesus, help me,
help me,
Jesus.
Jesus. I heard the second one was not as good as the first one. Just gonna
Really?
let you. Yeah, it like bombed at the box office. That's how bad it was.
Ouch, damn. So the first one came out in 2016, while the second one came out in 2017. I absolutely loved that first one. Like the whole plot of the movie is just it was great, and there was like some good cast members in there too
Hmm.
that I've
Uh,
noticed from like I recognize them from like either other shows or like other movies.
yeah, the was it Bella Thorne in it?
I know I saw somebody from Disney in that movie. I
I
know
think
I
yeah, I
did.
think I think it was Bella Thorne. Yeah, that's it. Because her and her like other, let's say, castmates here, they were
Liza
like,
Koshy was in there.
yeah, that's who it was as well. She's from Vine. Love that girl.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
she 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 played the the shy and innocent, like, say no to drugs sort of person. It's like her vines is like just top notch, but it's like I love her YouTube channel and stuff. I used to be a subscriber for like the longest time.
Me too.
Uh, but it's like it's isn't it weird that like a lot of people from Vine, like, or like, I guess like I guess I guess just Vine in general, like they'll make YouTube channels and stuff, but they don't upload as much as they should be, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like Liza, like she was like uploading like weekly, like the longest time, but then it's been sporadic. It's like, hmm. But I get, she's doing like movie projects and advertisements and all that crap, so it's like I get that. But it's like some people, it's like they do daily stuff, but that's just my take on it. But it's like it's kind of just odd to see her in a movie, but like a Halloween movie like this, like just being like the shy innocent one where she's like brash and kind of loud a little bit. But it was a funny movie. I
I
don't lie.
absolutely loved it. It was like the perfect movie to pick for last year's Halloween. It really brought the spirits up. No pun intended. Okay, people are gonna stop watching this video after this like fucking joke.
Click.
Click, dislike. Nope. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, I really wanted to do that one first because like that was the one that's like still fresh in my head because we did it last year.
hmm
So now that that one's out of the way, which one do you want to talk about?
Okay, so this one was on my list, and I don't know if you've seen this one, but I bet some of the viewers, the 100 viewers, 100, almost 200 maybe, uh, viewers that have seen this from 2007. It's Monster House.
Yes, I've seen that. I had that movie. I don't know what the fuck happened to it.
Like, it's funny that I brought it up because I think I told you this. The A guy that I watch on YouTube, he just reviewed this movie
Oh
like
wow.
yesterday for Nostalgia Ween. I was like, funny enough, I have that on my list, so it's good and it's fresh in my memory now.
Man, this movie was great. Like I think I first watched it in school. I think someone brought it in or something like that for Halloween or whatever. We watched it, and then come to find out, I had a copy of that movie at my mom's. I don't know where it is. I don't have it here. I so badly wish I had it. It's so good. That movie is amazing.
And it was produced by Steven Spielberg too.
Wow. Okay. Good. Good producer right there.
hmm the cast was funny too, even though like it was like Maggie Gyllenhaal, Kevin James, Nick Cannon, Jason Lee, and stuff like that. Like all very well known actors. Like in a kids movie from 2007. Like okay, all
Not
right,
gonna lie, like looking at the cover of the
Mm.
movie cover, it looks like Diary of a Wimpy Kid before Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
It like when you hear Monster House, it just sounds like a Goosebumps episode.
Yeah, it does. It really does.
I know they made a video game out of it too.
Really?
I think so. Yeah, I think it was like for like PlayStation 2 or
Oh
something.
god, that's like old school right there.
Um, but like I remember owning it too, or renting it from like not
Red
well
red red box
Blockbuster when it was still
or
alive.
Blockbuster? Yeah. Oh god, here we had like well, I think we still have red box here, but
Yeah, we still have Redbox, but it's just like
I'm surprised that's still going. Like, I never see anybody use Redbox anymore. Like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe y'all who are listening from like upstate New York, maybe I'm wrong. But like, do y'all still use Redbox? Like, I haven't seen anyone use it in forever.
yeah, I haven't seen anybody use it here either.
It's eventually gonna die out because nowadays you could just like rent the movie online or like stream it and stuff like that.
Netflix.
It's taking over, guys. Technology's taking over. We gotta save the planet.
It's it's the movie as a whole. Yes, it's a kids movie, but it's got like this kind of like heartwarming message at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Um, the well, spoilers, I should say. Um, the was it Constance? I can't remember the woman's name.
I
The
can't
fat
remember
the fat
either.
lady at the circus. I'm just gonna call her fat lady. So the fat lady at the circus, she was, getting ridiculed and all that stuff. Um, the the old man who was played by Steve Buscemi, by the way, uh, like he takes a kinding to her and all that stuff, and they were just gonna build this huge house and all that stuff. Well, then she has her kind of up things like she falls into this like huge ditch and like a lot of cement's planted on her, and like the house is like built around her and all that stuff. And then once the house blows up, which I was like, okay, in a kids movie, that's kind of awesome. Uh, it blows up and like her spirit is just free and from a her burden like from a burden and all that stuff. And I was just like, wow, that's kind of like touching a little bit.
It is. It's insane, but it's a good
Yeah,
message at the end. I could definitely agree with that.
yeah, um, yeah. It's like it's so weird that like that kind of like paralleled with what we were going to be talking about too. So I was like, good thing that was still fresh in my mind.
Yeah, I mean, I could never forget about that movie. Like I've watched it multiple times as a kid, even to now. Like again, I really wish I still had my copy of it. I don't
Mhm.
know what happened to it. I don't think I ever will, and that just sucks. But life
It's a
goes on.
mystery left unsolved.
Life goes on. So the next movie we're going to talk about here, it's kind of controversial. This could be taken either as a Halloween movie or a Christmas movie. And I'm talking about Nightmare Before Christmas. Now,
I ha-
this is one of the best movies of all time.
I have that on my list as well.
Well, I'm actually looking at your list, bud.
Well, yeah, I know, but I'm just saying. You could have done your own list. You know that, right?
Bitch, I have been busy. Are we going to
You
start
should,
arguing right now?
like an old married couple. Like, bitch, you have
Oh.
been busy.
Anyways, continuing. Yeah, Nightmare Before Christmas. Wasn't this Disney? I think it's a Disney movie,
Yeah, it's
correct?
a Disney movie. Yeah,
Okay, yeah. Now, some people are like, no, this is a Christmas movie. No, this is a Halloween movie. Who the fuck cares?
it's perfect for around Christmas and Halloween time.
You can watch it 2 times a year.
There you go.
Now, for me, I've only seen this movie once. I was no, I was a sophomore when I watched this movie because I had a boyfriend who was like, "Hey, you need to watch this movie," and I'm like, "Okay, okay, fine, I'll watch it." So I watched it, and I actually really liked it. I really should watch it again. I'm like long overdue for it. I don't even remember how I watched it. It might have been one of those like third party websites or whatever from like back in the day. Probably got shut down by now, but
I remember. I remember watching this movie through like ABC Family,
oh,
like during like the 31 days of Halloween thing, and then the 25 days of Christmas thing every
eh,
year.
go sit. My cat is in here again. I need to start shutting my door when I record. But yeah, I
Sweet.
have not seen this movie in a while. It's been since 2017, I'm gonna say.
Well, it has been. It's been a while. Man, it's like I think it came out. I'm gonna say, oh God, like it was like a long time ago too.
It came out in 1993.
Okay.
Jeez.
Yeah, and plus like it was like something that was just groundbreaking. Like nothing had done that before. Like I know it was like early '90s. Like that's crazy to think about.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Um,
And to this day, it's like it's still like
it's a cult classic.
relevant. It's still relevant. Yeah.
Um, because I know at I think either Disneyland or Disney World, every Halloween there's always a night before Christmas attraction, and then there's always a man who always dresses up as Jack Skellington. Somebody dresses up as his bride and stuff, and I'm like, or Sally, I should say, sorry,
Sally.
Sally. And I'm like, oh, I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. But then like you see like Oogie Boogie
Oogie
and all that
boogie.
stuff. It's like, wow. I'm like, that's kind of cool.
I
Um,
could see you being Oogie Boogie.
Oogie Boogie.
Wait, no, that's your Halloween costume whenever you come to New York to go trick or treating. You need to be Oogie
Just
Boogie.
a sack. It's just a sack. What are you supposed to be? I'm
just a
Oogie Boogie.
just a fucking 6 foot what? 6 foot four?
6'4"
You're a
sack.
fucking 6 foot 4 size.
What are you supposed to be? I'm a sack of potatoes. No, I'm Oogie Boogie. Numb nuts.
Can you freaking imagine though? Like, you just go
So,
knock, you go fucking ring somebody's doorbell. You have your trick or treat bucket in hand. Fucking 6 foot 4 sack.
I got a chocolate bar. I got a rock.
Oh my god, that's fucking funny as shit. Okay, I'm going to like talk to our friends about that. Just imagine it.
Can you just imagine my podcast host as a giant sack? Sack of what? God knows what.
Oh my god, I gotta stop. Okay. Woo. That's
Compose
going in
yourself.
funny moments. Um, but yeah, this movie is a cold cut classic. It's still relevant to this day. Like what, 30 years later? Yeah, 30 years
Yeah,
this year.
yeah.
Wow, that is insane. Like, hats off to you, Disney. Even though you guys are a bunch of fucking dickheads. Um. Anyways, so next,
All right. So I'm gonna go with like a movie that's like some like three of these movies have like a lot of reboots and a lot of remakes, but we'll get to them. Well, actually, most of these are probably. Um, I'm gonna go with Scream.
ooh, okay. Now, okay,
That's the dude from Scary Movie that goes,
scary
"What's
movie. So wait,
up?"
he had his own like movie.
Hmm. Like yeah, he's called Ghostface in the
Okay,
movies. Um, and Scream is like it's got like what like six movies now.
I've
The sixth one just came out recently too.
I've never seen any of the movies, and like I said, it's because I'm not really a movie person. Um,
So
but like I want to see the scary movies that you were talking about, Scary Movie 1, 2, etc., etc.
so to clarify, Scary Movie one and two are like the best two out of the whole thing. To be honest with you, because I know probably a lot of people are gonna come at me in the comments with it. Like I'm just saying that's my opinion on this. But like three, four, five, I, I think there's a sixth one, but I think it just stops at five. Like they're like just not really good to be honest with you. Like there's just some jokes that just do not land,
Yeah,
and
I
that
get
kind of
that.
sucks. But the first one is a ripoff of the first Scream movie.
Okay.
Um, and it's like it's like the horror movie trope, like like the first opening lines, like you see like you hear you like scary movies, like it's that like the infamous line that's stood the test of time like in every horror movie. Um, and it's like it made Ghostface, it made Naive Campbell's character, who's been in like all the movies at this point. Um, and like it's a good franchise. I think they should have just stopped at the third one, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, well, you could say that about a lot of movies nowadays. Um, but it is a good movie. It's got a good twist at the end, like a lot of them do. But I mean, they're really good movies to get into if you're a horror fan, which I am. But the first one, I think we should try to watch together if we can.
We gotta
Just
find a way to do that. Like, there's so
yeah,
many movies that we need to watch together, and like I've been putting it off because like I need to go and find them and like be able to stream them on Discord and stuff. If
Yeah,
anyone can help me out with that, let me know if you guys can find like a streamable version of any of these movies. That'd be great.
yeah. Um, but like I said, Scream's like one of those horror movie franchises that's gonna be, I guess, still with us to this day because it's like it's been, I think, since 90. I'm gonna say like early 90s since this first one came out.
Wow.
I mean, it definitely screams 90s.
No pun intended.
Yeah, no pun intended. But it is a good movie franchise. I do highly recommend it for anybody.
Especially if you're like new to like the horror scene. Like I feel like this one could be a really good one to start with.
Hmm.
So just a fair warning, we're not going to get to every single movie on this list, which is okay because we can always save this list for next year. Um, this next movie, I don't even know if it's really considered a movie. It's kind of considered a show or an episode. You actually made a reference to this earlier, Dystro, with the whole "I got a lollipop, I got a
Oh,
rock."
it's a Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
Yes, I absolutely love that show slash movie slash what do you want to call it? I've always called it just like a little show, but I'm gonna put it in here because it is Halloween themed and it's a cult classic. Like you cannot go wrong with Charlie Brown and Snoopy and all them. I've always loved Snoopy. Like I love the whole Snoopy franchise. I love the Peanuts, all that stuff. Um, and like when I got to watch The Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown for the first time when I was younger, it really caught my attention to the point where every year I started watching it because every year they'd put it on TV on like the ABC channel. I believe that's what it
Hmm.
was. Same thing. They do the same thing for like the Thanksgiving one too, and they also do the Christmas one every year. I don't know if they're broadcasting this year. I think last year they didn't do it for some fucking reason. They didn't do it. I was really pissed about that because it's like a tradition to watch that the night before Halloween. Um,
Hmm.
it's so cool. Like it's such a good little show, little film, whatever you want to fucking call it. Especially if you're a Charlie Brown fan like me. Um, I'm so old school. Like I'm 21 and I'm so freaking old school. It's not even funny.
I used to own that on VHS when I was younger.
Oh, you lucky bastard.
Well, I mean, I probably wore it out so many times I couldn't count, but it
Oh
it was
god.
like I would always like rewatch it whenever I was bored. I just be like, okay, I'm just gonna watch, Great Pumpkin for the hell of it, just being like, it's growing, it's growing. I got a rock.
I gotta rock. I love that.
I've
I
always,
love that fucking scene.
I've always just been like, when I was younger, I was always wait for that part. It's like, okay, I got a rock. Okay, it's like,
Wait. Here, just imagine this. Um, you dress up as Oogie Boogie. Ken dresses up as what the fuck ever. And I dress up as what the fuck ever. And we all go out trick or treating. And we actually make the reference and you get a fucking rock because you're a fucking 6'4" fucking sack.
I got a rock. That's a bullshit.
Can you imagine if they actually said that in the movie?
Who wrote this shit? Like, who wrote this script?
Anyways, yeah, if you're kind of like into old school like stuff like me, I recommend that Charlie Brown one. It's not very
Hmm.
long, but it's a classic. Like you can't beat Peanuts, you know?
Oh man. Oh.
Alright. Next.
All right. So I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with the Halloween series.
Okay.
Now,
You're probably gonna have to discuss this one because I
okay.
haven't seen them.
So you remember the guy Michael in the scary elevator that we always do?
Yes.
That is from that franchise.
Okay.
He's Michael. Well, Michael Myers. He is this dude who's just randomly in like a mechanic's outfit, I should say, I guess. And he's got like this like white mask. He's got hair on it, and he always goes around like killing people on Halloween. But there's like a backstory behind it where it was like when he was younger, he killed his like he killed his like father, his mother, his like little sister and stuff like that. But then like he grew up to be like this like monster who's like unkillable and stuff. It's it's like there's so much to explain about it. There's so much. Um, but like Jamie Lee Curtis was in the first movie, and then in the second movie, like they like every movie had like its own like little plot line and stuff. But then like the third movie didn't even have Michael in it. It was just what about like with aliens and shit. I'm like, okay, well that doesn't make any fucking sense. And that movie, the third one, it's like the worst of the movies in the franchise too. It was like they always like they don't like talk about that one at all. Um, like Halloween has like so many movies and has like two like no like three reboots because like the latest one just came out like I don't know like 2 years ago, something like that. It's like there's just so many movies. It's so crazy. The first two were the cult classics, though. That's how Michael Myers became like a household name, I should say. Uh,
Yeah, I haven't seen any of those movies, which I'm glad you're here because like you can kind of like educate me and the viewers at the same time, so you kind of kill two birds with one stone.
oh, here's that
Oh,
rock.
there's that rock. Oh my god. But I think we have time for at least one more movie to talk about. This one you're gonna have to lead us on as well. Um, let's do Nightmare on Elm Street. That seems to be a popular one for Halloween
Oh,
favors.
oh, I am so glad you said that one. All right.
Good way to end it.
So, if anybody knows I'm Nightmare on Elm Street, thank you. Um, this is Freddy Krueger territory.
Yeah, I
Now,
figured that out.
okay, so Freddy Krueger is like the person that he's kind of like the boogeyman, not the WWE version of the boogeyman. Um, he's coming to get you. No, um, but he's he's this disfigured kind of he's this disfigured boogeyman. Like he's kind of like if Deadpool was a horror movie villain. Now I know you don't know who Deadpool is,
I
but
do know who that is.
okay. So fi- figure Deadpool was a horror movie villain. I know that's kind of hard to grasp a little bit, but he's got a glove on his right hand and it has like little like long like sharp knives at the end of it. And he can kill people in their dreams. And then as soon as they wake up, like they're just dead. They're just gone from this earth. And he can create these scenarios where it's like it looks sweet and innocent, but then like the truth. And there's oh God, there's six movies from the original franchise, and then there's like a reboot like in 2010, 2011, like 2009 ish, I guess. And then there was a movie between Jason and Freddy, which that bombed a little bit. Uh, I mean, it was kind of cool to see two the biggest horror movie villains, I guess. Um, the first one is like the best. That's like that's the cult classic where it's like you see Freddy Krueger for the first time and all that stuff. Um, I would highly recommend that one first, to be honest with you. But I mean, I will watch it with you just to
Yeah.
just to be like, okay, like look, something's coming up. All right, I'm gonna warn you.
Jump scare warning.
Um, but yeah, it's like one of the, and plus it came out in like 1980, like 1981. So it was like very ahead of its time too. Like I think right around the same era as Halloween too.
Oh wow.
So Halloween, I think then Nightmare on Elm Street, and then like before those two, it was like no, after those two, it's Friday the 13th. So it's like
Okay.
within like the exact same era of the 80s, all three of those movies came out the exact same like time frame.
Wow.
Yeah. Hard, cool to think about, huh? But yeah, it's kind of hard to talk about these movies in depth because like it's like there'll be a lot of explanation to go through. But I'm gonna just leave it kind of short and sweet. Freddy Krueger, like was is like one of the best like horror movie villains of all time. It's like
Oh yeah.
you're rooting for his ass to be kicked in those movies. Even like a young Johnny Depp got his start in Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh wow.
Yeah, a young Johnny Depp. Like I was like, holy crap! Like I didn't recognize him at first. uh, I'm so glad to be on this to talk about my horror movie knowledge. I
Hey, and
guess.
that's good because, like, you know what? Like I said, it educates not only the viewers but me too. So get the best of both worlds in a sense.
Best. Uh,
Okay. No, 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 Vanny, no, right now. Save it for the end. Anyways, that's gonna wrap up this year's episode of Let's Talk Halloween Movies. We're definitely gonna do this again next year, for
mhm.
Halloween. I say next year because we already have this month booked solid worth of episodes. So I don't want to switch or anything up because I don't want to mess this
The
month
flow.
up. This is like probably the first month in 2 months where, actually, excuse me, 3 months where everything's gonna be kind of back to normal. Because July, I had the cell tower problems at the end of the month, and even for the 4th of July, I had the cell tower problems. August, we were pre recording a lot of stuff because of the fair. September, we literally pre-recorded that whole month because I was moving. And now here I am in October. I want this to be a normal month for recording, so I don't want to change anything up. So what you see is what you get.
Yeah, it's true.
Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that. What's your favorite Halloween movie? Let us know in the comments or in social media. Let us know. I'd like to hear what you guys have to say. So, our next episode, which is scheduled for this Sunday, which is the 8th, that will be our 12th episode of Shoot the Shit, which means we've been doing this series for a whole year. So this episode's gonna be quite interesting because I have a lot to talk about. I have been absolutely busy out of my mind. So there's gonna be a lot to talk about, and we have been doing a lot of music stuff behind the scenes as well. So I'm excited for Shoot the Shit. It's gonna be a good way to kind of celebrate one whole year doing the series. So that'll be this Sunday. So be sure to tune in for that. And of course, Dystro has our song of the night. So what is the song of the night?
So I think it's kind of appropriate to do the newest Blink song.
Oh yeah,
Is it? It's "Dance with Me," right?
Dance with Me. Yeah. So Blink just dropped another new song titled "Dance with Me," off of their new album that is set to be released October 20th. Titled "One More Time." So far, they've released, I believe, 4 tracks, which is kind of concerning. But then again, it's a long album, so maybe it's not. We have "Edging," we have "One More Time," we have "More Than You Know," and now we have "Dance with Me." And the music video is fucking great. They're all dressed up like members of the Ramones, which is super cool because I'm kind of a hidden Ramones fan. Um, so I will go ahead and put that at the end of this episode. There will be a link at the top right hand corner. I'll go ahead and put the music video for you guys. Go take a listen. Absolutely funny as hell. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Good song too. Like I'm really, really excited for this album. It's so good to see Blink back together as one with the OG lineup, of course. And I'm sure a lot of people are happy about that too. Like I have been celebrating all month long. I've been listening to a lot of Blink stuff, in addition to a couple of things on the side. which we'll talk about in the next episode. So if you guys stuck around to the very end, we greatly appreciate your support. Go ahead and follow us on social media by clicking on the link in the description below, which will take you to Linktree. We have Instagram, TikTok, Reddit, and Twitter. So go ahead and follow us there to keep up to date with the show, as well as our YouTube community tab. You just go to our YouTube page, click on that community tab, and you'll see a whole bunch of updates there as well in case stuff goes wrong and we can't post. Which I don't think we should have that problem anymore, like I said, since I've moved. But you never know in this world. So it's very important to keep up to date with us on everything. And Dystro's YouTube channel is there as well. We're trying to get him to what? It's what, 1,000 we're trying to get YouTube now by the end of the year?
Hmm. Hmm.
We
Yep.
just he just hit 900 October 1st, so congrats to him on that. He posts weekly gaming content. I'm in there too sometimes because we do play video games outside of the show. Uh, he posts some really funny shit sometimes, so be sure to go and subscribe to him there and show him some love. Share his stuff around. Once again, take a listen to tonight's song of the night, "Dance with Me" by Blink 182, and that's it. Thanks for listening, guys, and we'll catch you guys this Sunday. Peace.
Peace.